On October 27, 2020, two divers dove into the waters of Lake Oliver Dam in Columbus, Georgia. What should have been a routine of 15 minutes for inspection turned into a deadly trap. By the end of that faithful day, only one would survive. This is the tragic story of Alex Paxton and Eric Herbert. Alex Paxton and Eric Herbert were more than just two colleagues. They were friends who had worked together for years as commercial divers for Glenn Industrial Group. Both in their mid-30s, they had over a decade of experience in underwater inspections and maintenance. Alex and Eric were known for their professionalism and attention to safety. They had families waiting for them at home. Alex had recently become a father, while Eric had two young children. Their shared experiences as divers and family men had forged a strong bond between them. On that crisp autumn morning, they arrived at Lake Oliver Dam, a hydroelectric facility operated by Georgia Power. Their mission was straightforward: inspect a malfunctioning chain on one of the dam's control gates. It was a task that they had performed countless times before at various locations. Their task mainly was to look at a broken chain on one of the dam's gates, see what was wrong, and tell others so it could be fixed later. The route would take them about 20 feet into the murky waters, where they would examine the chain mechanism controlling gate number 3. Little did they know that this routine inspection would lead to a tragic series of events, exposing hidden dangers and changing safety protocols in the industry forever. They knew the rules and how to stay safe. When working around dams, they understood that one big danger was something called delta P. This happens when water pressure is different in two areas, which can create a strong suction force. Before any dive, there's a long safety check. This is called Lockout Tagout, or LOTO for short. It means closing and locking all valves and switches that could be dangerous, then putting tags on them so no one else touches them. This is very important to keep divers safe. On this day, the workers at Lake Oliver Dam did the LOTO check. They looked at everything on their list twice and put tags on all of the parts that needed to be off for the job. Eric and Alex, being careful, did their own final check too. They used the tool to make sure that there was no water moving where it shouldn't be. Everything looked okay and safe. Thinking everything was fine, the divers got ready to go into the dam. Eric was the boss that day, but he offered to do the underwater check himself. Alex said that he would do it instead, and Eric agreed. The place they were going into was a big chamber full of water where the dam's main gates are. These gates open to let water flow through and make electricity. When they're closed, the power plant doesn't work. On this day, all the gates were supposed to be locked shut, and the big pipe leading to the turbines, called the penstock, was mostly empty. Feeling sure that everything was safe, Alex started to go down into the water. He began at the top of the chain, moving down slowly as he looked for any problems. He had all the usual diving gear, a helmet with a camera and light, a way to talk to people above water, and a tube bringing him air all the time. As Alex went past 20 feet deep, everything seemed normal. The chain looked fine, so he kept going down. Then suddenly, he felt a strong pull on his body. Before he could do anything, his arm was sucked into a small pipe with incredible force. The suction was so strong that his body was pushed hard against the dam, making it almost impossible for him to breathe. Alex realized that he was in big trouble. He yelled into his radio, I'm stuck. The force holding him was huge, about 850 pounds of pressure caused by the difference between the water where he was and the empty pipe behind the wall. Eric quickly tried to help, attempting to pull Alex up, but the suction was too strong. As they realized how bad the situation was, Eric and the dam workers frantically tried to figure out where this strong suction was coming from. They checked all the places they had turned off earlier, but everything looked like it was still off and tagged as it should be. What they didn't know, and what would turn out to be a deadly mistake, was that there was another valve not on their safety checklist. This forgotten valve was part of a system to fill the big pipe before opening the main gate, which prevents damage to the turbine from a sudden rush of water. This filing system had two ways for water to get in, one valve that works like a toilet flapper and another with a wheel handle. The big problem was that these two valves were only listed once on the safety form. The flapper-like valve was locked and tagged, but no one had closed the wheel on the second valve. This mistake created a very dangerous situation, with the main gates closed and the big pipe empty. With this small valve open, there was a huge difference in water pressure. The small 10-inch opening became like a powerful vacuum, with all the weight of the lake's water pressing against it. While Alex was trapped, the workers had to find and get to the wheel to close the valve. It was in a hard-to-reach place, away from the top of the dam and behind a lock gate. This added precious minutes to their rescue attempt, even though they moved as fast as they could. It took almost 30 minutes to shut the valve and stop the suction. During the whole time, Alex's body was being crushed by 850 pounds of pressure. He couldn't expand his chest to breathe and lost consciousness within minutes. By the time they finally stopped the pressure, it was too late. Alex had died in what should have been a routine inspection. After this terrible incident, investigators found that Georgia Power, the company running the dam, had broken several important safety rules. Alex's family sued Georgia Power and received a settlement for his wrongful death. The investigation found several big mistakes. The main checklist was missing an important valve, the very one that caused the deadly pressure difference. The diving company wasn't given complete drawings of the dam systems, so they didn't know about all the possible dangers. The fact that a valve wasn't included in the regular safety checks showed a serious problem in how the dam was run safely. After this incident, several changes were made to stop similar accidents from happening. The Lockout Tagout checklist was changed to include all valves in the dam, making sure no potential dangers would be missed. More complete information about the dam's systems and possible dangers is now given to diving companies before any work. Both dam workers and divers now get more thorough training on finding and managing all possible sources of pressure differences. More layers of checking were added to the pre-dive safety process, involving both dam employees and diving company workers. The accident at Lake Oliver Dam shocked people in the commercial diving and dam operation industries. It reminded everyone how important thorough safety procedures are and how even small oversights can be deadly. This incident is now used as an example in diving safety courses and dam operation training worldwide. It shows the need to always be vigilant, understand all systems completely, and the importance of questioning and double-checking safety measures, even when they seem complete. The tragedy at the Lake Oliver Dam brought new attention to the dangers of differential pressure, or delta P, in diving operations. Delta P happens when there's a difference in water pressure between two nearby areas. This pressure difference can create incredibly strong forces, able to trap and fatally injure divers. In Alex's case, the pressure difference was created by the connection between the large lake of water and the empty pipe through the small 10-inch valve. This resulted in a force of 850 pounds, more than enough to overcome human strength and prevent breathing. The tragedy at Lake Oliver Dam serves as a stark reminder of the hidden dangers in seemingly small routine jobs. Alex Parton's life was cut short due to a simple oversight, a valve not listed on a safety checklist. What if that valve had been included in the Lockout Tagout procedure? Or if the diving company had been provided with complete system diagrams? Such small changes could have prevented this fatal accident and saved a life. This incident led to significant improvements in safety protocols for commercial diving and dam operations. But it came at the highest cost: the loss of a skilled professional, a friend, and a family man. If you found Alex's story impactful and want to learn more about similar incidents that have shaped workplace safety, please consider subscribing to our channel. Click the subscribe button below to stay updated on our upcoming videos. Our next episode will delve into another gripping tale. It's a story you won't want to miss if you're interested in understanding the critical importance of safety in high-risk professions. Thank you for watching, and remember, in matters of safety, no detail is too small to overlook.